to yet one more edition, not the last one, but another edition of Survive to Thrive Daily with me, Dr. Todd, taking you from these elements and into thriving, just the basics of the day, of getting through a day and just existing to a world up above and beyond. And today we're going to compound on, it's almost like a two-part series on yesterday's podcast, which was all about seeing people different, or more specifically, I was discussing how we learn as a society, but even more so as a healthcare practitioner, we learn to judge. We learn to actually evaluate somebody immediately like this. And we do it as a society too. And the tip and the trick was to actually realize that the things that you see in others are often a mirror in yourself. And so it's just a mirror of what's going on in your own world. So if there's this concept of like, hey, everybody's, on a negative and you can fill in the blanks, it's often because you are seeing that. So in your own world. And so the concept was to recognize that. And now today we want to talk about the concept of actually literally moving into a direction of changing that. So a lot of times we can recognize is half the battle. It makes a huge change when you stop and realize that, like, hey, maybe all the negativity that I have in my life is because I'm actually negative. I'm actually seeing that. So how do you make a change? And we were doing some staff training yesterday, and this just came up. And everybody has a view of themselves. There's a self-view. And this self-view is a conglomeration of basically life. It's like all your experiences, all your education, all the things that happen to you, good or bad. You are coming with a view of yourself. And I would contend that most people have a very negative view of themselves. And when you have that negative view, everything is actually perceived as negative, because if you cannot see yourself as anything more than just the bottom of the barrel, the lowest common denominator here, we're talking, how can you see that in somebody else? How can you do these such things? So the concept today is like literally to feel better, to be better, is to get yourself in that state of being better, so you can see better, so you can actually look at the world. And you will find that if you can move this direction, you will often see the world differently. You will see it as totally different when you see yourself as different. And so here ensued the okay, this is great. It's a great concept. It's a great story. We look at this, but how do I do this? How do I feel better about myself? So I want to go through just some basics that you do on a daily basis that'll add to the way you feel. Okay, if you don't like the way you feel, you don't like yourself, so to speak, it's great to move in a direction and start making some changes. And that starts with your body, of course. All right, I think we have a warped body image in the States. I mean, there's tons of focus, and a lot of people take their shortcomings and try to change them. All right, if you're short, you're trying to be bigger and taller. If you're tall, you're trying to be short. If you're, skinny, you're trying to be bigger, like muscular. If you're too muscular, you're trying to be something that you're not. Everybody's trying to be something that they're not. And expansion is okay. It's okay to change and strive to, pick up some of your shortcomings and make them a little bit better. It's like, if you're super big and bodybuilder, it doesn't mean that you go and sit on the couch, become fat. I mean, that's not the concept, but moving in directions and taking these things. My kids always laugh because I have no hair. I was like, well, I got hair, but just started to go and shave it off. Instead of trying to just pull that through, I celebrate. And I've said this from day one. I was like, well, yeah, I don't have any hair, but look at all the money I save on shampoo. And I used to tell my kids when I was they were super little, I was like, do it so I can be faster. And Kellen believed that for the longest time. He's like, well, you must be fast. You see, we celebrate some of those shortcomings and you make it what you want. Now, I could have fought the reality of why, and try to figure out a way to be able to grow. And somebody hit me with that the other day and were like, there's this laser now that you put on your head and it makes your hair grow. I was like, I don't even want that. I am so become me, and I'm so comfortable in me that I'm okay with that. And so I don't see hair as like beautiful or ugly or anything like that, because I'm okay with mine. And you see, the concept is that once you start to see the beauty in yourself, you start to see the beauty around you. Or conversely, if you cannot see beauty in yourself, you cannot see the beauty in the world around you. And so if you're struggling right now, here's what you do. You start to pour into yourself. This is the hard concept for a lot of people. You start to pour into yourself. You start to do things for you to make yourself feel better. Because when you feel better, you exude better. So you start working on your body a little bit. You start to move. You start to exercise. You start to feed it good foods. You start to inhale life a little bit. Some of the best wines I've ever had, I'd rather just sit there and smell and inhale than drink them. Of course, we always drank them, but the concept is you start to see the beauty in it. But again, you drink amazing drinks. You eat amazing foods. I seek out when I go to a city, just because Elko is awesome. We have some great restaurants. But there's diversity in big cities because there's so many different types that I seek out great meals because I want to actually inhale that beauty. All right, but I also want to nourish my body in such a way that I can actually feed it and it exudes great energy. Everybody ever have a meal and you just sit down and you're like, oh man, it's one of those things. And you're just like, why did I do that? Or if you overate, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. You just don't feel good versus actually eating. Like food is fuel. It fuels me throughout the day so I can do what I need to do. And if you drink stuff, it's going to be what? Sodas. No, you're going to drink some water, high quality water. You're going to do some electrolytes to it, whatever you enjoy. It's okay. I enjoy like San Pellegrino. I put a little lemon in it. I mean, it's like one of my favorite drinks. People are like, you're weird. You're drinking mineral water. That's fine, but I understand what that does to my body. Understand that it alkalizes a little bit and takes away from the acidity where the body processes can't work. You see, we start to pour into that. We start to get a massage because it makes some sense and makes us feel better. Takes some of that muscle tension away. You start to do things for you. If you're a woman out there, I can't stand it. I cannot stand a pedicure. I won't do it. It's just not what I enjoy. It's not part of me. I've done them before. I'll go with my girls, but then it's like you walk out and my feet are all squishy and like slippery. But those of you that love that, go get your pedicure and manicure. Go do it. Pour into yourself. This is the concept. The more that you pour into yourself, the better you start to feel. And I don't know where that is for you. It's in your body. We're giving you some examples there. But what if it's in your spirituality? You're so disconnected. You're so disconnected that it's just you hate it. You hate God. You hate yourself. You need to pour into that aspect of life. You need to start exploring some spirituality, read some different books, and do something different. I started playing the guitar. Believe it or not, it's a spiritual experience. It is. You're starting to connect. You connect and actually starting to create music. Now, right now, it's not good music, but it's me. It's creating it. All right, and that starts to expand spiritually for me. All right, I start to connect. A different section of my brain starts to work, and I start to see words a little bit different. I start to see things a little bit. I'm starting to process a little bit. That's why I did it. If it's a relationship, you can do the same type of thing. If you are seeing mostly the negative in those relationships, it's because you're a negative person. It's because you're not happy about yourself. It's truly because you're not happy with where you are in yourself. You want to change your relationship, change yourself, go back and start doing for you. Start pouring into you. Because if you look at this reality, and I love this concept from Byron Katie. I'm going to leave you with this. But Byron Katie said that there's three types of business. There's God's business, there's your business, and there's my business. And there's only one of those that you should be spending your time. Okay? I talked to a lot of quote unquote religious people. God's business. I should be in God's business. Really? No, you're not in God's business. Why? Well, because that's God's business. If you want to try to act like God, you are a God and you become this God and you are arrogant and you're actually going to mess things up. You don't have that much power. And they're like, oh, wait, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, I should be into God. It's fine to be into God, whatever. But you just said that you want to be God. But the concept is that the only business that I can affect, the only business is me. I recently did this. I sold some of my stock that I had. It was doing well. It was making, I could just leave it there and stuff like that. But I sold that because I can't control it. I don't, it's not my business. And pouring into somebody else's business. I get this as a tip from somebody else years ago. And I looked at it and I go, yeah, it's doing well. It's growing. It probably could grow more. But I don't know, maybe it'll go down, lose it all. I can't control that business. I'm going to bring that cash in and put it back into my business and spend it the way I want to, invest it the way I want to. Yeah, but you miss out on growth trends and stuff like that. I can't get a better return than investing in myself and the people around me. So the tip and the trick for you today is to move out of this life of just surviving. Start to see the beauty in yourself. You don't see the beauty in yourself, create that beauty in yourself. And it's not about more makeup. It's not about plastic surgery. It's about finding who you are and being you. And stop comparing yourself to somebody else. Stop comparing. Stop judging. Start being you. Stop trying to actually level up to what somebody else is doing to try to be that person. It's like me. I'm a good friend that's like 6'4". I'm never going to be 6'4". I don't judge myself for it. I do not judge myself for it. I think Einstein, I'll butcher this, but he said if you judge a fish in its ability to climb a tree, it will always be wrong. If you judge yourself based on what you can and cannot do versus what you enjoy to do, what you are designed to do, what you're good at, you will all constantly contrast yourself. Are you constantly comparing yourself to others? It's got to stop. You will never see the beauty. You will never see the beauty in other people. You never see the beauty in yourself until you let that go. There's no stress-free reason to be in somebody else's business, as Byron Katie would say. So stop being stressed. Stop being in other people's business. Be about your business. Start working on yourself, and you will start to see the beauty all around you. It's like the glasses come off, the lenses, just the fog parts, and you start to like, oh my God, I've never noticed that before. That's the tip and the trick today. See the beauty, work on the beauty in yourself, and you'll start to see the beauty everywhere else. In love and light. I will talk to you tomorrow with more truths, more tips and tricks to move you out of surviving into thriving. We're going to talk to you tomorrow.